What if I told you the PlayStation 3, a console that's almost 20 years old now, is still one of the smartest buys you can make in 2026? Yeah, I know how that sounds, but stick with me because by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why thousands of people are still hunting these things down on Facebook Marketplace, OfferUp, and eBay right now. I'm not talking about nostalgia for the sake of nostalgia. I'm talking about real, practical, wallet-friendly reasons this console still holds up in 2026. So if you've got an old PS3 collecting dust in a closet somewhere, or you're on the fence about picking one up secondhand, this video is for you. And stick around for reason number 10, because that one comes with an actual deadline attached to it. Let's get into it. If you're new on this channel, kindly hit the bell icon and subscribe. Reason number 1. The price to value ratio is honestly unmatched right now. You can find a working PS3 Slim or Super Slim for $30 to $60 depending on where you're shopping and how good of a deal you land. Compare that to current gen consoles running $500 or more before you even buy a single game, and you start to see the gap. For that price, you're getting an entire library of games, a working Blu-ray player, and a full media center all in one box for less than the cost of 2 brand new AAA releases. If you're on a tight budget and you just want to play games without draining your bank account, this is one of the best value plays in tech, period, not just in retro gaming. Now let's talk about the second reason. Reason number 2. The exclusive library is genuinely incredible, and I don't think that gets said enough. The Last of Us, Uncharted 2 and Uncharted 3, God of War 3, Metal Gear Solid 4, Heavy Rain, Demon's Souls, which basically kicked off an entire genre that's still massive today. These aren't just old games sitting in a museum somewhere. These are some of the best reviewed, most influential titles of that entire console generation. A lot of these franchises evolved so much on later hardware that people genuinely forget how good the originals were and how much of modern gaming design was shaped by what happened on this console. If you've never played these titles, you're not just buying a console, you're buying access to a legendary catalog that a lot of younger gamers have straight up never experienced. Reason number 3, it's got a built-in Blu-ray player, and this one gets overlooked constantly. When the PS3 launched, it was actually one of the most affordable Blu-ray players on the entire market, and Sony basically subsidized the hardware to win the format war against HD DVD. That same Blu-ray drive still plays Blu-rays and DVDs flawlessly today. If you've still got a physical movie collection, or you just want a reliable disc player hooked up to your TV without buying a separate device, the PS3 quietly handles that job better than most people give it credit for. Reason number 4, it's genuinely built like a tank. Compare failure rates across that console generation, and the PS3, especially the Slim and Super Slim revisions, has a reputation for being one of the most reliable machines Sony has ever made. A lot of these units are still running strong after 15 plus years with 0 repairs, no reflow, nothing. That kind of long-term build quality is rare in electronics, and it means buying one secondhand isn't really a gamble anymore. It's a console that has already proven over a decade and a half that it can survive the test of time. Reason number 5. PlayStation Network multiplayer is still active, and a lot of people genuinely don't know that. There's a common assumption that PS3 Online died years ago. It didn't. You can still queue up in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Grand Theft Auto 5, and a bunch of other classics with real players online right now in 2026. There's an entire dedicated community that never left this generation behind. So if part of your hesitation is thinking you'd only be able to play offline, that fear isn't necessary. The servers are alive, and honestly, the community left on there is more loyal than you'd expect. Reason number 6, backwards compatibility on the early models. If you manage to track down one of the original launch units, the 60GB or the 20GB PS3, you get PlayStation 2 and even original PlayStation backwards compatibility built directly into the hardware. That means 3 full generations of PlayStation history sitting in one box, no emulator required. For collectors, or for anyone who grew up with a PS2 and still has old discs lying around, that's a massive deal, and it's exactly why those early launch models still command a premium on the resale market. Reason number 7, it's a legitimately capable media center even today. Netflix, YouTube, and a handful of other streaming apps still function on the PS3. Pair that with the built-in Blu-ray player, the massive disc-based game library, and full music playback support, and you've basically got an all-in-one entertainment hub for a spare bedroom, a dorm room, or a kid's room. You don't necessarily need a smart TV or a separate streaming box if you've already got a PS3 sitting there doing most of that work for free. Reason number 8, it's just a genuinely satisfying way to experience gaming history. There's something different about playing these games the way they were originally meant to run, on the actual original hardware with the actual DualShock 3 controller from that generation on your own TV. Emulation has come a long way and it's great for accessibility, but owning the real console gives you an authentic experience that a lot of gamers, myself included, find way more rewarding than playing a remaster or a cloud stream version on a modern system. Reason number 9, the accessories and controllers are cheap and everywhere. DualShock 3 controllers, charging cables, extra hard drives, all of it is still widely available and genuinely affordable secondhand. You're not locked into buying expensive proprietary accessories like you sometimes are with current gen consoles. Building out a full PS3 setup with a spare controller included can still end up costing less than a single modern AAA game does on release day. And reason number 10, honestly the one that creates real urgency here. The PlayStation Store on PS3 is still up and running right now, but it's scheduled to close in July of 2027. Once that happens, digital purchases, add-on content, and some online features tied directly to the store will no longer be available to new buyers going forward. If you want physical discs, digital-only classics, or DLC for games you already love, the window to grab that content is actively shrinking. That's not fear-mongering for views, that's the actual timeline Sony has already confirmed publicly. One important thing though, if you're buying a secondhand PS3, make sure it's not jailbroken. The store simply will not work on a jailbroken console, so you'll lose access to the store, your existing digital library, and anything you'd want to buy going forward. Stick with a stock, unmodified system if you actually want to use the store before it closes. If you've been sitting on the fence about this is genuinely the moment to act before that deadline creeps up on you. It doesn't mean the console dies in 2027. Your discs and anything already downloaded will still work fine, but new digital purchases are the part that's going away. So there you have it, 10 real reasons the PS3 is still worth buying in 2026. It's affordable, it's reliable, the exclusive library is stacked, and the clock is quietly ticking on some of its digital features. If you already own one, drop a comment and let me know what you're still playing on it today. And if you've been thinking about grabbing one, do it before that 2027 store deadline creeps up on you. Hit subscribe if you want more budget tech and retro gaming content like this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Okay, enough talking. Let's actually put this thing to work. I want to show you it's not just old hardware, it can still genuinely hold its own in 2026. First up, GTA 5. Still runs smooth, still looks solid on a decent TV, and honestly, the draw distance holds up better than people expect. Then we're jumping into Black Ops 2 online. Real matches, real players, right now, no bots, no dead servers. After that, Uncharted 2. I don't care how many remasters exist, playing this on the actual hardware just hits different. And we'll wrap it up with a little Tomb Raider just to show the load times and textures aren't the disaster people assume. No emulators, no shortcuts, just a stock PS3, a DualShock 3, and 15-year-old hardware proving it still got some fight left in it. Let's get into it.